Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow Season 10. It's been 10 seasons of empowering small businesses such as yourselves, hand-holding and guiding you in your growth journey. I'm Sunanda Jayaseelan. On the show tonight, we have many known and well-known faces. First up in the hot seat is IndiQube. In our other interviews tonight, in our celebrity edition, we have Janhvi Kapoor joining us. I'll also be joined live on the show by Soothe Healthcare. First up on the show joining us is Rishi Das of IndiQube. Rishi, good having you with us. You know, we see the IndiQube branding everywhere, but have not had you on the show previously, so it's good that you were able to join us here live on the Leaders of Tomorrow tonight. Maybe we can start by first talking really about your entrepreneurial journey and venture.
So I belong to Lucknow, and after completing my engineering from IIT Roorkee in 1997, I had a brief stint in IT and then decided to go entrepreneurial early in my career. So along with my brother Anshuman, who passed out from IIT Delhi in 98, in 99 we both started a business into recruiting called CareerNet. And today, as I talk, CareerNet is the largest recruiting company in India. We have about 3,500 plus employees, and we cater to 100,000 plus hires every year. And right from campus to senior level hires is all done by us. A large part of my initial entrepreneurial journey has been CareerNet, and our entry into IndiQube was more incidental. For CareerNet, because of growth, every 2 years we were changing office spaces, and then we took a call in 2011 that let's move to a larger office space. We had a requirement of 50,000, so we picked up a space of 100,000. The intent was that other 50,000 we give it to different companies. And every year as we grow, we'll ask the companies to basically move out and we will use the space for our own requirement. If you look at in a place like Bangalore or large metros in India, you have a lot of tech parks on the periphery, or you have buildings like UB City or India Bull Center in the heart of the city. These are 5-star spaces. But the moment you get out of these 5-star spaces, you typically did not have any brands. You go to individual landlords, and that's how things were. So what struck us was that there is a good gap in the market which we can fill up by offering affordable, conveniently located spaces to various small, medium-sized companies. That's what the birth of IndiQube happened, and along with my other co-founder Meghna and my father, we decided to start IndiQube.
The market is perhaps getting crowded, if I may say so. You know, you see a lot of players who are entering this market. Just talk to us about really the USP of IndiQube.
Starting as a managed office provider in 2015, today IndiQube has evolved to be a full workspace solutions company. We provide plug-and-play office spaces. We offer design and build solutions for interiors and a host of workspace services that companies require today. That is the entire spectrum that we have been covering. We cover all sizes of companies. Workspaces for all has been our mantra, right from early budding startups to Fortune 500 companies. And as we talk, we are present in 11 cities, spread across 75 buildings, covering an area of about 5.5 million square feet. What differentiates us from other operators is one is extensive use of technology, both on the B2B and B2C side. A lot of focus on sustainability, which we are doing for our clients. And last but not the least, as I said, a lot of basically we have been able to break down various services and solutions catering to this entire spectrum of needs.
A trend that we're seeing post-pandemic, and if you can really talk about this and really call it out for our entrepreneurs, is that flex spaces seem to be more favored by organizations, and we're seeing this trend or the shift happening post the pandemic. Rishi, just help us understand why that's perhaps happening.
So, as you rightly said, that the flex spaces are increasingly being preferred. Let me put some statistics. The biggest consumer of workspaces has been the IT industry, typically. And if you see, IT industry before COVID was employing about close to 5 million people. And during the last, and this got added over 2 decades. But if you look at the last just 3 years, typically about 2.5 to 3 million people have joined the workforce. And the way things are going, we are on path to add 5 million odd people, which will make the total workforce to about 10 million in a matter of maybe say 24 to 36 months. Now, few things are very clear that post-COVID, the way the first 5 million people joined the work, I don't think the next 5 are going to work in the same way. For the first 5 million people like me, we moved 2,000 miles away from our home places to get work. So people were going where work was. I think for the next 5 million, work will go where people are. So that is a big shift. So as a result of that, we see that the amount of decentralized office spaces requirements, which will mean a lot intra-city, intercity kind of thing. So that is one big trend that we are observing. The second big trend is, if you see, COVID has set in a good amount of complacency in the employees. Today, employers want people to come back to office, employees don't want to come back to office. So that's the reality. And as a result of that, a lot of companies, because they need to control attrition, they need to train their people, they want better bonding and culture, are basically willing to offer anything and everything. And we are finding that more and more companies are focused on offering increasing benefits, like they are offering transport, food, recreation, a lot of focus on health, wellness and all that. So basically employers are all out to woo the employees, and that's another place where employers are become very, very discerning when it comes to workspaces. They want everything over there. And while more and more people are coming back to offices typically, but the larger question that who, when, where is still not answered. And since that is not clear, the lot of occupiers want flexibility. They cannot commit to a space with a 10-year view. So these are some of the trends that we are seeing are clearly fueling the growth of basically the flex office or the flex workspaces industry. Yeah.
And this action that we are seeing is not just in the metros, but we're also seeing a lot of it happening in the tier 2 markets and spaces. Call that out as a trend for us and give more perspective on that for our viewers.
So, as I said, for the next 5 million people, jobs will go where people are. I think that is a single biggest driver typically. The other key things are COVID has proved very clearly that work can happen remotely and it can happen in distributed teams. So that is one key takeaway. The second thing always in tier 2 cities was the challenge of availability of mid to senior level talent. Freshers were never a problem to hire in any tier 2 city because campuses and all were there. Now, since people have almost 2.5 years been into the tier 2 towns, their home places, there is a good availability of mid to senior level talent. I think that's a quite a shift from the past. Third thing is, if you look at India as a country, we have close to 50 plus cities which have a population between 1 to 3 million. And these cities, a large number of them happen to be state capitals or those cities. So these cities are very good on the physical and social infrastructure. They have excellent digital and physical connectivity. The quality of life is much better in these cities, and the cost of living is also quite low. All this clearly points out that we see a very, very bright future for tier 2 cities. We call it the democratization of workspaces. Typically, what was very lopsided to 5-6 cities in India, I think will become more of a 30-40 city phenomena. And as IndiQube, we got very good success. We have started 4 tier 2 cities this year. This means Coimbatore, Madurai, Lucknow, Jaipur. And we are on track to add another 15 more cities over the next 12 to 24 months.
The Indian commercial real estate market is perhaps one of the largest that you're seeing anywhere in the world. As a trend, what can you tell us really about flex spaces and really this entire space?
So let me put few facts here. India is a very large commercial real estate market, second only to US. India has about 650 million plus square feet of grade A office spaces, and another 150 million of grade B spaces is there. And to give you another dimension, if you see between 2013 and 19, just before COVID, a city like Bangalore added 70 million square feet of space compared to about 35 million which got added in a place like Shanghai. So this is quite basically startling data that has happened over here.
Rishi, thanks for your time here on the show. Let's slip into a short break. In our celebrity edition on the other side, Janhvi Kapoor and Soothe Healthcare joining us. Do stay tuned, back in just a moment. Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow. In our celebrity edition tonight, we have Janhvi Kapoor joining us here on the show. Also joining us live is Soothe Healthcare. Janhvi, thanks for joining us here on the Leaders of Tomorrow. You know, we speak with celebrities all the time who've decided to lend their voice or who've decided to, become entrepreneurs themselves because they're very passionate about the industries or the causes that they're representing. And one such thing that we're going to be talking about today, of course, is menstrual hygiene. Let me start perhaps by really asking you, help us understand why it's important for everyone, young, old, male, female, to really get involved in conversations around this area.
I think it's extremely important for us to empower women by making menstrual health and women's hygiene an accessible topic to discuss. I think it's very important that we educate as many women in our country as possible on these topics for their own safety and for their own health. And I'm so proud to be associated with a brand like Paree that works tirelessly and really prioritizes sensitizing people to these topics.
Millions of young girls, not just in India but across the world, see menstruation and having their monthly periods as an area of concern or a problem. What message, what would you want to tell them that this doesn't have to be so and that, they can go ahead and live a normal life, continue doing their regular things?
I really think that being someone that has a certain amount of following, also I'd like to think so, and has an open dialogue with such a relatively large group of people brings a sense of responsibility, because then I can bring awareness to things that I really believe in and things that I find are important for people to know about and have conversations about. And I'm so happy that me and Paree as a brand are on the same page about this, and I'm glad that I could use my voice to advocate and spread awareness in all things that Paree believes in and what their brand stands for.
Why did you associate yourself with this brand and really with this area and this topic?
So when Paree first came to me, I was so pleasantly surprised that although it is a brand endorsement, the way that they approached the entire association was not that they wanted just a face to represent their brand, but their intention and their priority was to genuinely create awareness about menstrual health. And they constantly prioritize in looking out for the women of this country, spreading awareness about menstrual health and hygiene. And I think that I'm extremely honored to be associated with Paree for that reason in particular.
Janhvi, good having you with us. We're being joined now live on the show by Sahil Dharia of Soothe Healthcare. Sahil, welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow. Sahil, you're a young brand, and as a young brand, how are you ensuring that you're having those very important and sensitive conversations really with your target audience?
Paree is a progressive young brand which focuses on talking to young women and girls, and what our core message to them is use a hygienic menstrual hygiene, use a hygienic product, and in that we are the champions. We are heavy flow champions. We are able to absorb our heavy flow in 3 seconds. So our core message to young girls and women is we work harder for you, we're a better product.
For our entrepreneurs who are watching, what insights have you gained as far as this market is concerned, menstrual hygiene, menstrual health really, that you can give us?
The insights are actually quite diverse across different tiers. We found that more men buy sanitary pads in non-urban cities. So actually in metro cities you would expect fathers and boyfriends or husbands to buy, and they're actually not. More women in non-metro cities are actually buying sanitary pads, which is something that's unusual and that throws up in our research and information as a data point.
Has the market and have conversations changed post the pandemic, Sahil?
Yeah, we saw that COVID. The thesis of our business is, as hygiene grows and as a habit and awareness of hygiene grows, more women will come into the sector, and we are witnessing a accelerated rate of growth, and that's what we are seeing. COVID has created an awareness of good hygiene, of good hygiene practices. And because of that, we've seen a whole cohorts of women come online, whether literally online as in buying digitally or even in buying offline. Those customers are sticky, those customers are staying, those customers are not dropping off because of a bump. Like for example, in the use of hand sanitizers and hand wash, there was a large growth in number of users, which has then fallen off, but not so in menstrual hygiene. This is a category where once you enter, there is customer stickiness and they've stayed with the category. So we're very happy about that.
What sort of market are you really addressing, Sahil?
The target audience for Paree is 18 to 24-year-old girls and women, typically in tier 1, tier 2 cities of India. We're not very heavily focused on Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta metros, but those metros, 18 to 24 is our target group.
This is a question that I was also asking Janhvi Kapoor, your brand ambassador. This market has seen a lot of action in the past few years, more and more players entering really menstrual hygiene, more and more conversations happening. As such, how do you ensure that you are perhaps differentiating yourself from the others who are in this space?
So yeah, actually a lot of brands have come online. Very few have, and you will see if you go to an Amazon or Flipkart or a lot of these online portals, you will see a lot of brands available. Actually, a lot of them buy from us. They don't even have their own manufacturing. So they buy from us. What's unique about us is that we are like the iceberg. We are present in almost 250,000 stores across India. So our moat and our barrier at what we have crossed is that we have built an offline distribution along with a great product market fit. So we are an innovator company that creates innovative differentiated products and distributes them to the masses. And that's what's different about us. Being online, I think, is a very simplistic way of looking at business and life. And ultimately, this is a product which sells for 25, 30, 35 rupees. Online is not a category. This category is not suited for online. It's an offline category. And that's what we are good at.
Sahil, I also want to understand why it was important in your mind to have a celebrity associated with a brand like yours. Why was that important?
India India is a market where only 75%, where only 25% women use sanitary pads, 75% still use other forms of unhygienic forms of menstrual protection. The category, so the lot of effort still needs to go into building this category. And as a young brand, we felt that a celebrity brought both trustworthiness as well as ability to influence women to think, to enter this category. And that is why we partnered at the beginning with, we've had worked with Saina Nehwal as a celebrity, and even with Janhvi Kapoor now, is to be able to bring, expand the market, get more women into the category. So to put Paree in the consideration set of those who are not using sanitary pads, and therefore expand the category. And that's why we have a celebrity like Janhvi that attracts young girls who are digitally connected, who are on OTT, who are on television, and that's what we're going after.
I was asking you as far as your market or target market is concerned. So my question really is, how do you reach rural India? Because, if you think that the problem in urban India is huge, the problem in rural India, like with most industries and sectors, is even worse. How do you ensure that you're reaching that market, or are you doing it already?
Yeah, so we're a proper distribution-driven company where we have almost 250,000 retail outlets supported by 2,500 odd distributors, 150 masters and supers. So we're able to reach deep hinterland markets through wholesale as well as our well created distribution network of 250,000 stores. And that's how we reach. We are a pan-India wide brand. We are available across India, and that is how we reach the deeper markets of India.
Sahil, good having you here on the show with us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Out of time on tonight's conversations. If you have any feedback for us, do let us know. Our details on your screens as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.